Hello, sports fans. Welcome to Thunder Weekly. I'm Rick Heath. With me, Mark Rogers, and we're at a great place here in Deep Deuce, Bar Cicchetti Restaurant and Bar. Great take on food, great drink specials featuring Wander Folk Spirits here at Bar Cicchetti. So great place, Deep Deuce on 2nd Street. You got to come by and check it out. Mark, I'm going to start this show with an apology.
Okay.
And a confession.
All right. I like this.
About a year, excuse me, I have a lot of problems to deal with, so I'm going to start a year ago. But no, about a month ago, here in this very situation, I gave Sam Presti a way to fix the Thunder.
All right. I remember.
And to his credit, he totally ignored my suggestions, and they are much better for it. So my apology is to the fans for making the suggestion. And then the other part is I've asked the chef how best to serve crow.
Right.
And he said it's best served cold. So,
well, I don't see the failings in your suggestions.
Well, okay. My suggestion was to get rid of everybody.
Yeah.
Baisley, Muscala, Favors, everybody, and just play rookies.
Okay.
He didn't do that. He didn't make any moves at trade deadline, which kind of surprised me. But Baisley, for one, has come back around and is playing really good basketball, kind of what they had hoped for. Well, will it continue? Don't really know, but I was very adamant about getting rid of him. I thought he had ran his course, said it a couple of times. Muscala for picks, he's still here. He's a loyal soldier, should be rewarded as such. So I wanted him to strip it down bare and build on youngsters and give Poku and all the youngsters more playing time.
Sure. Well, he had to have people on the reciprocating end of the trades, and I'm not sure that there was a lot of offers there. I heard one great suggestion I thought would be like the team like the Warriors parting ways with maybe a Moses Moody if the Thunder could give them a draft pick back, and then maybe take Kenrich Williams, who'd help them win a title right now. But it was, he's going to have other trading partners to work. So I was a little surprised that the Thunder didn't take on salary. But again, maybe Presti's to the point now where, hey, look, we can't use any more draft picks. We got enough. We can't trade them away. We need some to turn into high picks. But I wasn't stunned. I heard that they were working on a couple of deals that fell through on Wednesday before the deadline. Not sure who those players were. But, the market got set by the big moves. And the Lakers were trying to make a move. They didn't. Philly and the Nets were able to do one. And I think that took away a lot of other bargaining at the trade deadline.
And we'll talk about those here later in the show. But, I'm kind of okay with keeping what they have. I thought they needed to reshuffle the deck. But they didn't, and we will see how it goes. Hey, we're at Bar Cicchetti here on Northeast 2nd Street in Deep Deuce. Great place for a new take on food and great drink specials. And we will be back with more from Bar Cicchetti. For Mark Rogers, Rick Heath, we'll be right back.
EDS Paintless Dent Repair is your one-stop shop for auto body repair. Whether it be from hail damage, dents, scratches, or even glass replacement and repair, we can accommodate all your needs. Locally owned and operated since 2005, EDS Paintless Dent Repair is here for you. Give us a call at 405-476-1763 or go to edspaintlessdentrepair.com.
Okay, sports fans, we do the Thunder Weekly each week, but there's a lot of things I like to support that are Oklahoma products. I like to go around and do shows from Oklahoma businesses, but one of the businesses I want to talk about is Prairie Wolf Distillery, now Wander Folk Spirits. Wander Folk Spirits distilled out of Guthrie, Oklahoma. Great line of spirits. They have Wander Folk Gin, Wander Folk Vodka, and Old Moses Bourbon. All of these are quality products, and they're distilled right here in Oklahoma. So if you come to like Cohiba Lounge, ask for a Wander Folk Gin and Tonic, or ask for a Wander Folk Vodka and Tonic, or a club special. It's getting where you can get that now. It's getting warmer. A vodka club special made with Wander Folk Vodka. Great selection, and you're supporting Oklahoma businesses. So support Oklahoma business. Ask your favorite restaurants or bar to carry Wander Folk spirits.
1978, before the internet, before cell phones. That's when Basie's Roofing was founded. A lot has changed since then, but what hasn't is Basie's commitment to helping customers just like you deal with damage to their roofs and home after a storm. You never pay up front and there's absolutely zero risk. It's been that way since 1978. Now maybe we're a little old-fashioned, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And if it is broke, well, give us a call.
Basie's Roofing, the name you can trust.
And welcome back. Rick Heath, Mark Rogers from Bar Chichetti here in Deep Deuce. Didn't know if you know this, but Jam's Neighborhood Breakfast is got 5 locations now in the state. 3 in Oklahoma City, 1 in Edmond, and 1 in Tulsa. So Jam's, if you want to get your jams on, go to getmyjamson.ok, and you will find the way to order online or to pick up. And a great place, Jams, for breakfast, brunch, or lunch. Jams, neighborhood Jams, in 3 locations in Oklahoma City, and 1 in Edmond, and 1 in Tulsa.
The people can't be wrong. I logged on Sunday and I was 88th in line to get a table at Neighborhood Jam. That place is so good. If you haven't tried it, I don't know what's wrong with you,
you know
but
what
you
the
need
cool
to get
thing
there.
about that is? 88th in line, you're only waiting about an hour.
It moves fast, but
Yeah.
hey, but the point is that you can get up at 8:30.
Yeah.
You want to go at 10:30, whatever it
Log
might
on
be, then you
there.
can get in. They got a great Yelp app that helps you get in there, so I highly recommend it.
Yeah, that's my jam is where you need to go, and it'll give you get you in place in line as Mark suggests, or you can go pick up food and order food online. Thunder been playing okay. They had lost quite a few games, but recently they had won some. One in Madison Square Garden not too long ago that was particularly of interest. Josh Giddey became only the 4th, if I'm not mistaken, 4th rookie to ever have a triple-double in Madison Square Garden.
I think he's playing really well. That game in the Garden, he shot the ball well from the three-point line, and he's getting some more experience. And so he's one of the top rookies in the league. He's the reigning Rookie of the Month in the NBA, and you have to be, I think, really pleased. He's still 19 years old, and so he has a confidence about him when he's speaking to the media, when he's playing that is very, very well beyond his years. So that draft pick has been one of the best in the NBA.
And the other outstanding rookie in that game for the Thunder was their later first-round draft pick, Trey Mann.
You know what? It's great to see somebody that can shoot in a Thunder uniform, and he can shoot.
Yeah, they've been few and far between.
He can get his own shot, and he doesn't have to have the ball passed to him to take shots. And so, good free throw shooter, and I think he's really got a lot of upside because of the rookies. They really haven't given him free reign to go out there and play a bunch of minutes. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I mean, here and there,
They've
he's
been-
gotten
yeah, they've
those
been
based on.
regulating him.
Yeah, SGA being out and Dort being out, he gets a lot more opportunities to play. And he's had some games that show he's got potential. So I really like what Trey Mann's doing.
I've got a new nickname for those two.
All right.
Giddy the Kid
Uh-huh.
and Ice Trey.
Ice Trey. Trey Young is going to have something to say about that, because that's already
is that
his.
one of his?
Yes. Yes.
I haven't paid much attention to since he's so
Right.
well established.
Right.
So, but hey, how about Trey Young stepping up in the Garden and sinking 6 straight free throws to help the Thunder go into overtime?
And again, that's a shooter for you.
Yeah.
The free throws were pretty difficult other than that for the Thunder in that game against the Knicks. But that was an exciting win. I think that we get too caught up in, oh man, teams won this or there. But that was a nice win for the young team without 2 of its leaders on the floor in that game, in Dort and SGA.
And here's something I was talking to one of the people associated with the Thunder is that he brought up was that, the team that we've seen the last 3 or 4 games at Philly, where it was a close loss, at Chicago, close loss, and then a win in Madison Square Garden the last 3 road games before the All-Star break, which is coming up. It showed with SGA out how the Thunder might proceed with Giddey at point.
Yes, and when he's got the ball in his hands quite a bit, those statistics kind of really follow. He can play off the ball, but I think Sam Presti really looks at the game as a universe without much positioning, and I do think that it is something that the Thunder absolutely have to think about in the draft coming up, is that they are guard heavy.
Yes.
Trey Mann, Giddey, SGA, Dort.
They got the backcourt of the future right there.
Well, yeah, and it's going to be hard to run with those guys. And again, I know fans don't probably want to hear this, but based on his contract, Lou Dort could be a really nice trade piece if you need to move up significantly. And there are three big guys in this draft that are elite, in my opinion, that you'd really like to have: Jabari Smith, Banchero, and Chet Holmgren. And so it depends on where Oklahoma City could land in the top three and not have to move anyone to get one of those guys. But I think that you gotta have some bigs, forwards, posts at some point that can play.
You got the wings, you got the guards, you need the bigs now in order to fill out the deckhand.
Yeah.
So.
Right.
Hey, we are at Bar Chichetti here, where they feature Wander Folk Spirits. Wander Folk Spirits, part of the went crazy there. Prairie Wolf. Okay. Wander Folk Spirits, part of the Prairie Wolf Distillery in Guthrie. Wander Folk Spirits has wonderful new flavors coming up, and Bar Chichetti has wonderful new spring drinks just around the corner made with Wander Folk Spirits. So Wander Folk Spirits, Guthrie, Oklahoma. If your restaurant or bar does not carry Wander Folk Spirits, ask them to do it so that you can have your favorite drink made with Wander Folk Spirits. We'll be right back after this. Okay, sports fans, we do the Thunder Weekly each week, but there's a lot of things I like to support that are Oklahoma products. I like to go around and do shows from Oklahoma businesses, but one of the businesses I want to talk about is Prairie Wolf Distillery, now Wander Folk Spirits. Wander Folk Spirits distilled out of Guthrie, Oklahoma. Great line of spirits. They have Wander Folk Gin, Wander Folk Vodka, and Old Moses Bourbon. All of these are quality products, and they're distilled right here in Oklahoma. So if you come to like Cohiba Lounge, ask for a Wander Folk Gin and Tonic, or ask for a Wander Folk Vodka and Tonic, or a club special. It's getting where you can get that now. It's getting warmer. A vodka club special made with Wander Folk Vodka. Great selection, and you're supporting Oklahoma businesses. So support Oklahoma business. Ask your favorite restaurant or bar to carry Wander Folk Spirits. Sports fans, Cohiba Lounge and Royal Pipes and Tobacco. Why do I mention those together? Because you got one, you've got the other. Royal Pipes and Tobacco in Norman has the best selection of cigars in Norman. They got a huge humidor with all the top brands. Rocky Patel, Cohiba, of course, and all the other, Romeo Juliet, all the top brands are available at Royal Pipes, and they have great prices on these. And if you'd like, you can walk right next door and adjacent to the Cohiba Lounge, light your cigar up, get a refreshing drink, and watch your favorite sporting event here at Cohiba Lounge, Royal Pipes and Tobacco in Norman, Jenkins and Boyle.
At Laser Light Skin Clinic, our most popular treatment is now more affordable than ever. Right now, you can save up to 50% on Cool Sculpting, the #1 choice for non-invasive fat reduction. Our flexible treatment plans allow you to choose the option that is perfect for you. Focus on a single problem area or revive your life with a fresh new you. These are real results. For your personal Cool Sculpting consultation, call Laser Light Skin Clinic today. A new you awaits.
Let me talk about one of my favorite places in Deep Deuce to eat and drink, and that's Bar Chichetti. Bar Chichetti with great menu, and they're featuring a wonderful brunch. If you haven't had brunch yet at Bar Chichetti, you got to do it. It's available on Sundays. Wonderful new menu for brunch, and it is inventive and creative, and it changes every week. So if you're looking for a great place for a brunch, Bar Chichetti on Northeast 2nd in Deep Deuce, great place to go for brunch. And during the week, they have great dinner specials as well as drink specials every day at Bar Chichetti, Northeast 2nd Street in Deep Deuce. Also, they have the biggest big screen in Oklahoma City to watch your favorite sporting events. So if you're looking for food, drinks, and sports, go to Bar Chichetti, Northeast 2nd Street in Deep Deuce. And welcome back, Thunder Weekly. Rick Heath, Mark Rogers from Bar Chichetti here in Deep Deuce, Northeast 2nd Street. Great place to come have wonderful food, great drink specials, and especially Sunday brunch. Sunday brunch has live music from 11 to 2, and they feature brunch specials each and every week that are different and very, very good. Mark, I started the show by apologizing because I was ready to trade Darius Baisley. I would trade him, sign him, get rid of him, whatever. I just thought they had seen enough. It's his 3rd year, and up to about a week ago, maybe 10 days ago, he wasn't playing very well. Something has clicked. He's playing good defense. He's blocking shots, and that has led to more, in my opinion, led to more confidence on the offensive end, and he's playing better there too.
Well, I'm not sure that I can get on board with you completely on the trade situation. I mean, you want to trade when the value's high. Lou Dort value high. Darius Baisley value right now not very high.
I was willing to give him away.
So I love the offensive move that he made to go to the basket to tie the Knicks game and get to overtime. I thought that was a great step. That showed some confidence rather than just put up a shot in the corner that was contested. I'm concerned about his defense on the perimeter. Doesn't move his feet well. I do like his defense in the post, but I think Darius Baisley he's an NBA role player at his maximum. And what I mean by that is if he could sell out to using his athletic ability to rebound, to block shots in the paint, to be really active, that's his best self. His best self is not ever going to be a 40% three-point shooter. The ball spins off his hands funny. So there's a lot of things. I think if he wants to prolong his career in the NBA, he's got to stop worrying about being a five-tool guy that's going to be a really key contributor to a team and start working more on what can I do to help a team win.
Yeah, and I agree with you. And that part right there is he was focused on defense. Now, like you said, he's not great on the perimeter, but interior defense and shot blocking, he's become very good at those.
And maybe he's a young kid. Maybe he can work on his strength and work on his footwork, and he can get to the point.
He's a kid.
Get to the point where he can improve some of those skills. I just don't think he's going to ever be an elite wing scorer, but I do think that he can rebound. I do think he can play around the basket and be an active guy.
Yeah, he can be a part.
Yep.
He can be a part. But I thought it was this last week I was listening to an interview Josh Giddey was giving, and he called Baisley a kid. Here's a 19-year-old calling a 21-year-old
Giddey is more. He's mature beyond his years. You know who's a really good. And I don't know that Baisley has the mechanics of this guy, but Jeremy Grant was a player that was a little bit in that same mold. It took him a couple years to get kind of going, and then he took a big leap, and his game changed, and he was able to hit some outside shots and things like that. I mean, I'm not suggesting that Baisley just shut all that down, but he's going to really have to work on that.
If he could be a poor man's Jeremy Grant, that would be good for the Thunder.
Jeremy Grant is a rich man now.
Yeah, he's a very rich man. He signed a $24 million a year contract. Yeah. So yes, he's a very rich man, and it doesn't take much off of that to be still very, very well off in the NBA. And the bench has played well. There's been a couple of those games against Philly and against Chicago where the starters were playing and not playing as well. The bench guys came in there and gave them the lead.
Well, as long as Kenrich Williams is on your bench, you're going to do pretty well. He's going to fight and scrap, and that's what I'm talking about. I mean, that's how he's made his living in the NBA, is with just that determination and hustle. It's been really good. Otherwise, for the Oklahoma City bench, they've had some pretty good minutes at different times from different guys. So yeah.
Well, it's a complete team concept, and Daigneault said that he is pleased with the fact that everyone is a part of it. Everyone contributes whatever they have, and I think that's one of the most impressive things about Mark is the fact that he defines it for everybody. Okay, your role is this. Your role is this. Ty Jerome didn't even see the court several times earlier in the year. Well, now he's become an integral part of the bench. Baisley was starting, sent to the bench, did better, promoted back to starting, and did okay. So Daigneault is giving these guys, if you respond well, and even in the blue, at the Blue League, if you play well, you're going to come up and you're going to get minutes. I was so happy to see that Lindy Waters got called up from the Blue for the Thunder. Good for him, great kid, and gosh, what a story that young man has been able to promote.
One of the great things for Oklahoma City is this: they got one player that's getting paid. That's SGA. At times this year, I've been a little worried about some of the things that he's done. His shot selection has gone wonky, shooting a bunch of step-back threes and things like that, where he, but everybody else on this team is playing for money. They're playing for a contract. They're playing to be noticed, and I think they're thankful for the opportunity. And the Thunder really are one of the hardest working teams in the league. The culture of the team is great, but also there's very few teams in the league that have a bunch of guys that are this hungry as the Thunder players are night in and night out, and that really allows them to compete in games in which they're overmatched.
Yeah, and that's the part that gets them back into games, because everybody's scrapping, everybody's hustling, everybody's trying their best, as you said, to make their mark so that they can move further up in the money chain. Hey, we're at Bar Chichetti here on Northeast 2nd in Deep Deuce, where they have a great brunch every Sunday, 11 to 2, live music, weather permitting, and they feature a special each and every brunch Sunday that is new and exciting. And they feature Wander Folk Spirits. We'll be right back after this. And welcome back. Final segment, Thunder Weekly. Rick Heath, Mark Rogers from Bar Chichetti. Mark, I want to toss you a question, and it's one of those that I've been thinking about. Josh Giddey's been playing so well. SGA's been out. They are two entirely different type of players. SGA is ball dominant. He gets the ball. Everybody spreads out when he has it. And the Thunder depend on him going ISO so much. Giddey, on the other hand, gets to the top. They maneuver around where he has the ball moving, and everybody has their spot. They get a lot of pick and rolls. They get a lot of corner threes. They get a lot of open shots, as well as he does. But are those compatible? Are those two games compatible?
I think so. I think Giddey's the point guard. SGA is going to be the off guard. To try to make SGA into a point guard, I'm not sure that works. But just Josh Giddey's not a good enough shooter right now to play an off guard spot. They can coexist. But look, I mean, don't be concerned about the Thunder, because they're not yet anywhere close to being anything molded into something that's going to compete for a title. There can be moving parts, there could be trades, there could be all kinds of different things. As long as you've got assets that you can maneuver, and I think they're going to be fine.
The only thing I have is I'm curious as to how, when SGA comes back after the All-Star break, what the team looks like. Let's go into there were some huge trades.
Yes.
Right before the trades, Hardin Simmons is the biggest one. Your thoughts on that?
I think it's a good move for both teams. I don't know what Ben Simmons looks like. I mean, he's been coping with a lot of things. So it'll be curious to see how he fits in with the Nets, but theoretically he should fit in really good with the Nets. Rebounder, transition, feed the ball to the guys that can score. Harden is going to be in a better spot. Pick and roll with Joel Embiid is going to be one of the toughest things to defend in the NBA. I just hope he's in shape to be able to last through the season and go in the playoffs without injury. It creates a major, rivalry between those two teams. So it's great.
I think it'll be good.
Deal.
You know, the key to that though, Seth Curry, the best shooting Curry brother, goes to the Nets. I think that's going to be huge.
Wait a minute. What?
Seth Curry.
The best shooting of the Curry
best
brothers?
shooter of the Curry brothers.
You're going to have to issue another apology.
No. He has the percentages. I can back this one up. This was based on
Curry's the best shooter ever. So it's hard to be better.
He has a better percentage shooting.
Okay.
Shooting percentage. Okay,
I
so
think
that's
guard
what
him a little different too.
Okay, other trades. Send Porzingis out. We kind of thought that happened.
Luka gave him the code red, so he's out. They couldn't coexist together. Spencer Dinwiddie comes, and I don't know how Luka's going to deal with him. Another guy that likes to shoot, doesn't like to pass.
Well, Davis Bertrand's another shooter.
Yeah, he will pass a little more than Spencer Dinwiddie, but we'll see. That was a curious one to me. I don't think the Mavs were going a whole lot of places. The Wizards, they're close to the Nets right now in the standings, which is shocking. But
Well, Luka's got rid of a coach, now he's got rid of a player. I mean, he's kind of the mini version of LeBron.
He's like Mark Cuban's mini-me.
Yeah, that's right. There you go. Rockets, does this make any sense? Rockets, get Dennis Schroeder? I mean, another guard? I mean, what do they want to do with that?
I think the way to look at that is that Boston got rid of Schroeder. I mean, he's Oklahoma City was just like his sweet spot. He really worked well here. Other than that, he's been a guy that's been really a malcontent at every place. Lakers would take him back, but and now he's got to toil in Houston.
Well, and Daniel Thies, who got traded by Danny Ainge, and Boston wanted him back and gave up a
Floor spacer.
malcontent.
Floor spacer that can play physical basketball. I like that for the Celtics.
I like that too. And the other one, Josh Richardson goes to the Spurs for Derek White. Good for Josh. I mean, he wasn't being used at all in Boston, and I think now Pop will get him in rotation.
He's crafted a pretty good NBA career out of Edmond Santa Fe High School. You got to like that a lot. I think Derek White's a little underrated. I like the Celtics moves. I think the Celtics are playing good basketball right now.
And we'll watch for them because they're on a pretty good win streak. But we'll talk about that the next time we have Thunder Weekly. For this week, for Mark Rogers, I'm Rick Heath. We'll see you next time on Thunder Weekly.